So you and your business partner started from scratch?
Yep. Yep. So we actually met back in the old days on the captive side of things, and we just always stayed in touch. And he went off and did his thing. I went off and did my thing. He likes to tell me that he saw the light before I did, so he moved on onto the independent side before I did. But he was working for somebody else. He was a producer for another firm that got bought out by private equity. And when they got bought out, he said, you know what, that's not the direction that I want to go. And it just so happened that I was starting something new. So we joined together and started this from scratch.
So did you guys both bring money, and what did you guys bring to the table, and talk about the scaling aspect of that? Were you guys the sales producers, or?
Yep. And so we really both brought some clients, a lot of referral partners, and he is very, very sales focused. He wants to be out in the field 24/7, 365. And so I complement that with a little more of the running the business, the operation side of things. So I get on the sales side as much as I can and sales and marketing. But yeah, we noticed we got along really well. We had always gotten along well. And then B, we had very complementary skill sets. And so it was just a really good match for us. And I think it was, I can't imagine doing this by myself at this point. It's just been so much fun doing it as a team and having the right complementary skill sets within the organization. So he heads up our Texas office in San Antonio, and then I'm here in Sacramento.
Oh, that's so cool. What was your first hire within the company? So it's you two, you're slaving away. What part, at what revenue did you guys decide to okay, this is our first hire, this is our second, and so on?
Yeah. So fairly early on, just because the service side of things is, it can bog you down really, really easily. And so that was our first hire. And then also fairly early on was also just a marketing assistant. And so it's one thing to produce the content. It's also, you got to get it edited. You got to get it uploaded. There's just all these little things that are time consuming. And so, it's where he thrives, where I thrive are actually the revenue producing activities. What can we do to make sure that anything that is not one of those items is being done somewhere else? And so it's always an evolving process. It's something we look at monthly, quarterly, where we say, okay, this is our process. And we evaluate our processes as well, saying, okay, maybe this is entirely broken. We do a lot in the E&S space. And so agency bill and premium financing and stuff like that. And we were just like, this sucks. I mean, it's time consuming. It's not fun, anything like that. And so we just completely changed that process where it took, probably anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour per client to where it's 5 minutes done. And so that sheer time savings, and that wasn't even an internal hire. That was, hey, the premium finance company can do X, Y, and Z. You hand them the stuff. They take care of everything else. We just got to make sure they did it right at the end of the day. So everything like that is something that is really important to us right now, and especially moving into the future, because it's not always going to be people that are taking over those processes. It's going to be automations. And the reality is that in order to, it's going to be almost like training a kid, right? So to teach my 5-year-old how to do something, I have to break it down very simply, step by step, because she's going to take it very literally. And that's going to be what our world is turning into from an automation point of view moving forward. So everything you're doing, if it's not done really step by step, literally, easy to explain, easy to understand, then you're going to be missing the boat and you're going to have to redo everything at some point.